What's good, YouTube? Scarlet TCG here, bringing you a Gardevoir EX deck profile. So this is a deck I've been playing for the past couple of weeks. I've been really enjoying it, so I kind of want to share with everyone on my list and kind of show everyone how my version of the deck looks like at the moment. So I play two Gardevoir EX for its ability. It attaches a Psychic Energy to one of its Psychic Pokemon from discard pile, but then it puts 2 damage counters on it. It does have an attack, which is 190, and it heals all stats conditions from it, which can come up, but you're mainly going to be attacking with this against decks such as Lost Box, since it's really, really tanky. Then I play 3 of the Shiny Arcana Gardevoir. Its ability lets you look at top 2 cards of the deck and attach any Psychic Energies you find in there to one of your Pokemon. It's used for its attack, along with the Zacian, which both have the exact same attack, just different name, which does 60 plus 30 for every Psychic Energy attached to this Pokemon. The Zacian does have an ability as well. Roll of the Sword lets you attach a Psychic Energy from the deck to this Pokemon, but then it ends its turn. So what you're going to commonly see is Gardevoir decks going to be setting this up turn 1, and they're going to be using Roll of the Sword from the beginning of the game to start attaching energies. This is not the way to play the deck. You want to be keeping this in your hand until you can safely take a KO, a meaningful KO, that is a 3 price Pokemon or 2 price Pokemon, when this can't do the job, or worst case scenario, if you can't set this up, you're going to go with this to attack. To help support this engine, I am playing the 4 Kirlias. You kind of have to, it's the pre-evolution, but it has a very good ability. Refinement lets you discard 1 card and then draw 2, so you can be filling out dead cards from your hand and energies to fuel the Gardevoir here, which is how the deck operates. I don't play the Mirage Step Kirlia. I don't think it's that good in the best of 3. It's definitely a lot better in the best of 1, where you need to set up. With this deck, you have 3 games to set up. Most times, if you can't set up 2 games in a row, you're going to lose anyways. And the Mirage Step is only going to delay that. I am playing the 4 70 HP Rolts. I'm not playing the 60 HP one with the attack because it just dies to Lost Box too easily. Lost Box can just horn up the 60 HP one, take a KO on that, plus another Pokemon, so it's not worth playing. This does have a good attack as well. Teleportation Burst lets you do 10 damage and then switch it with one of your bench Pokemon, which is why I play Comfies. So the idea in the early game is that you Rolts into a Klefki. Klefki then, with its Mischievous Lock, ability locks every basic Pokemon, both yours and your opponent, very important to know. It has a pretty decent attack as well with Joust. It does 10 damage and knocks off a tool card. So that can come up against certain decks, but the 10 damage does help to fix maths against certain decks as well, which is really nice to see. I am playing the 1 Raining Greninja for its draw. You want to discard as many energies as possible into the discard pile as quickly as possible. That this just does that, plus it draws you 2 cards, so why not play it? And then I play 1 mana fee to help protect your bench from Greninja. So that's kind of that. This does come up against Urshifu as well, against maybe some other decks that will do bench damage, but it's mainly here for the Greninja at the moment. So moving on, I am playing 2 Research. I'm not playing any Judge. I don't think the card is worth playing, which seems very hard to say. But if every other Gardevoir list is going to be playing Judge, you're just going to be playing Research. So if they judge you, they hopefully judge you into Research, so they can research your hand away and then draw 7, like nothing really happened. I'm going to be increasing this to 3 going forward, since the Judge is being played as a 3 of now in most Gardevoir lists, so it's worth to up this up. To help with draw power, I do play 2 Serena, and I do also play 1 Boss. So Serena is your second ability, lets you discard and then draw up to 5. So it's pretty good. It also acts as a boss's orders for Pokemon V. I am very split on playing a 2-1 count of Boss Serena. At the moment, I'm trying out the 2 Serenas. It's working pretty well, but it does an uptick in popularity for Gardevoir. It might be worth playing 3 boss's orders instead of just the 1, so you can target down your opponent's Gardevoir EX and start putting damage on it, which they in most cases they just can't heal. I do play 1 Worker to help discard stadiums. Worst case scenario is to draw 3. You want to make sure your hand is as big as possible, so you have access to as many players as possible. To help with that, I do play 1 Avery. Avery super strong into Love decks currently. It's super strong into Mirror, super strong into Mew, Miraidon, Lost Box. It pretty much hits every single deck in the format. You punish your opponent for overbenching, and if they don't overbench, you just draw 3, so you help to increase your hand size. I do play one Cheryl as a tech, and I do play one Roseanne's backup as a tech as well. So Cheryl lets you heal evolution Pokemon. So what you're going to be doing very commonly against Lost Boxes, attacking with the Gardevoir. It's going to take 2 hits, then going to Cheryl all the damage away. So it's going to waste 2 turns of Lost Box's turn. It can come up as well if they put damage counters on the Gardevoir or the Curlier without knocking it out. You can just heal it all off. So it's a very good tech as a one-off, especially the first game, if it goes that far. Roseanne's backup lets you recycle 1 Pokemon, 1 Stadium, 1 Energy, and 1 Tool card. It's very important that you can recycle back some of your Pokemon. I'm not playing the Miriam because this just replaces it. This lets me essentially have 4 Stadiums. It lets me have a second Zacian and then 2 Sky Seal Stones. If they're not prized, that is of course. I do play the 1 Clara as well to help recover. It's super good in the late game, especially after knockout your Gardevoir EX. You can just add it straight back to the hand with an energy. Attach the energy, use Gardevoir, you put 4 damage counters on it. And most decks can't really one hit KO it. Moving on to trainers. So yeah, I don't play any Battle VIPs, but I do play 4 Ultra Balls, 4 Level Balls, and 4 Fog Crystals. So Ultra Ball lets you search for your basics, lets you discard cards from your hand as well, so you can discard cards you don't need for the matchup, or quote-unquote dead cards, energies, and lets you search any evolution Pokemon, lets you search any basic Pokemon, it lets you search any Pokemon, so it's super, super good. Level Ball lets you search for Pokemon with 90 HP or less, so you're going to be using this to search for mainly your Rolts, your Curliers, and in some cases, their Manaphy. And then Fog Crystal acts as a 2-in-1, which lets you search either a basic Psychic Pokemon or basic Psychic Energy. So if you're missing an energy, you can always Fog Crystal for it, or if you're missing a Roll, so you can Fog Crystal for it. This card's very versatile. It's very, very good. I don't seem to struggle too much to set up. I think this deck is plenty consistent, especially with playing a higher count of research. More decks want to make you go second, so having more supporters makes that very good. To help accelerate the deck, I do play 3 Rare Candy. It is a stage 2 deck. Being able to go from Rolts into Gardevoir EX turn 2 or turn 3, or being able to go into their baby Gardevoir to attack just straight from Rolts is super, super strong. This is definitely a power play you can find very early that will help you swing a lot of matchups. I play 1 Power Pad to help you recover a lot of the supporters. I do play a lot of one-offs, so this helps me play essentially a second copy of the card. Play 1 Rescue Carrier, which lets me add back 2 Pokemon with 90 HP or less. So if Lost Box Greninjas you can Rescue Carrier back the cards, or you can discard cards with Curlier. If you have nothing else to discard, then Rescue Treasure in the back to your hand. So pretty good. 1 Sky Seal Stone, so that your Zacian can take 4 prizes, meaning that against VMAX decks, your prize trade is going to be taking 2 prize KO, into Sky Seal Stone, take the last 4. So that way you're going to be judging. This way you're going to be dodging Roxanne, which is very, very important. And the Emergency Jelly helps to heal your smaller Gardevoir. So this has only 140 HP. If you attach 6 energies to it, it has 20 remaining. Emergency Jelly then would activate at the end of the turn, healing the card fully. So sometimes Lost Box won't be able to take the KO, so you're trading a 1 prize Pokemon for 2 prizes, which is very, very good. I do play 2 Stadiums, which is Collapsed and Temple of Sinnoh. Collapsed lets you punish decks by overbenching. It also lets you recover if you overbenched, so Lost Box can take less KOs. It can help you heal as well. So if your Gardevoir EX is basically about to be knocked out, you can Collapse Stadium it away, then you can add it back into your hand with a recovery supporter, and you can replay it. Temple of Sinnoh is here mainly for Lugia, which is this deck's probably not the worst matchup, but one of the worst matchups. It's up there with Tina. There's the current 2 decks I'm struggling with the most. It's really good against Mew as well. Sometimes Mew does not have the Stadium out, so this is going to be very effective. And then to finish it all off, I play 11 energies. So this is the best count, in my opinion. You don't seem to be drawing your energies too often. You don't seem to be missing your energies. You only need 9 to take care of most things. So having 2 spare means if you prize 2 energies, you still have enough to attack. 12 feels like it's a little bit too much. You need the deck space. The deck is already very, very tight. It's hard to make changes. I don't know what to cut for the research just yet, but we'll see how that goes. So just kind of talk about the Zex matchups a little bit. So The mirror match is very tempo reliant. You are ideally going to be attacking with the small Gardevoir. If I find it right here, and then if they don't have enough energy to KO your Gardevoir EX, you're gonna be going with the Gardevoir EX. If they amount any damage to it, you'll share it all away. Against Mew, simple game plan: you take a KO on a Genesect or on a Mew V, and then you're just gonna Zacian, knock out the VMAX with the Sky Seals and take 4 prizes. It's the same for Miraidon. Miraidon's a little bit harder since they can use the Regieleki V to attack, which is effectively a 300 HP Pokemon, which is a little bit harder to knock out. Lugia feels like a 50-50. If the deck can set up, it's very, very hard. If the deck doesn't set up, then you most likely win. If they're going to get one Archeops in the discard pile, you very easily could win. It's very tempo based matchup. Is very, very hard. They have to miss something, or it can get very hard, especially with the Tyranitar. Tyranitar one hit KOs this. They have the Stonjourner. The Stonjourner with the the single strike energy can knock this out. So they're trading a basic for a stage 2, which is really good. Lost Box, very simple game plan as well. You're ideally going to be abusing your Emergency Jelly. If I can find it right here. Emergency Jelly, and you're going to be abusing your Cheryl to heal all the damage away. If they Greninja you, it's not the end of the day. It's not the end of the world. You can still recover. If they high roll and manage to find an outtake left key with something like cross switches in the opening hand, then nothing you can really do. But in most cases, setting up 2 clef keys against the matchup is enough. Against Tina is very different, since Tina can just go in with the Tina in the active to then Abyss Seeking. So what you'll be doing is you want to be trying to find an early KO, and prizing should be taking a single KO, taking a double KO, and using Sky Seals to take 3 prizes and creating the V-Star to end the game. You can also just go Tina, Tina, Tina. Sometimes that's going to happen, sometimes it's not, but the safest game plan is to go 1, 2, 3. So yeah, it's currently my list. I want to make some tweaks to it. I want to try the Battle VIP version with the Mew, but then I'm worried that I'm kind of clef keys and that makes my Lost Box matchup a little bit worse. But we'll see how testing goes. If you want to see more deck profiles, make sure to follow. You can follow me on my social medias as well. They're going to be linked down below. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video.